Hello, my name is Jane Weber, and today I'm talking with the boys and girls swim coach, Ben Felver. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
So, first question, what have you learned from year 1 to year 2 from coaching here at GC?
Well, we learned a lot more about the kids as individuals. There's a lot of the paperwork side that was new since I coached last, and so that was a little bit of a learning curve last year, but we're making real headway with that.
What are some of the differences between coaching the younger kids compared to coaching at the high school level?
Yeah, so coaching the younger kids, you always want to make sure that they're having fun. It's a lot of technique-based work. We're not worried so much about yardage and things like that, and we transition that as the kids get older to focusing on more specific strokes and hoping to keep that technique base that they had when they were younger.
What made you get into swimming?
I started swimming in high school. I had a coach that I absolutely loved and adored. It sparked a real interest in coaching with me. It just so happened when I graduated college, there was an opening in my hometown. They needed somebody to fill in, and it kind of hooked me since then.
Last year, the women's team won their 11th straight sectionals title. What are you looking forward to seeing out of the team as sectionals approaches?
Yeah, we've got sectional prelims tomorrow and finals on Saturday. Goal obviously is to win a 12th in a row and to advance a large number of our athletes on to the state meet. We're also hoping for the first time, at least in recent memory, to qualify all of our athletes for the sectional final, the A sectional final.
We just found out you won conference for both the boys and girls swimming teams. What helped you achieve this amazing accomplishment in order to get the men's and women's team their titles?
Yeah, the girls had won a number leading into this, and so just continuing that streak. But for the boys, it's what they talked to me about from the first day I met with them is they wanted to win conference and sectional trophies. And so it's been a focus. And a long time coming. We've really grown as a team, both in the pool and outside the pool, and I think that those things have really helped.
What's next for the swimmers here at Greenfield-Central?
Well, like I said, girls have sectional prelims tomorrow, and then next weekend is state prelims and finals. The week after that, we kind of do the same thing with the boys. We have boys sectional prelim and final, and then the last week in February is their state prelim and final.
What are you able to reach your expectations this season, and how are you going to be able to achieve them?
Dedication and hard work, consistency of training, kind of keeping the same philosophies and mottos and mantras that Coach Logan had with our program. Obviously, it was in a great place, and we're hoping to continue that.
Who are the senior leaders this year, and what have they been able to accomplish so far?
We've got 11 seniors. We've got a really cool group of kids. We've got a junior, the third-year senior that's graduating early. We've got athletes that have been with us for 10 years, 12 years, swimming through GCAT that have done this almost exclusively, record breakers, the conference level, sectional level, state qualifiers, and we've got kids that have joined us for the first time this year and added a lot as we get to watch them progress and do new techniques, new events. So a really big group, but a really fun group.
Do you see any differences in coaching both the boys and girls swim team?
No, we really don't treat our boys and girls any differently. We train as a collective. And they've done that throughout the age group levels as well. And I think that really kind of helps push both groups too. If they see somebody that's close to them in time, that's whether they're male or female, they can compete in practice.
So they pretty much do it equally?
Yes.
How are you able to motivate your swimmers to help be the best they can be?
Well, I think a lot of them are self-motivated, and they motivate each other. We've been focused on reading a book called Legacy this year with our group, and one of the big ideas in that book is to leave the jersey in a better place than you found it. And so we've got a really strong tradition that they can look back on. We've got a lot of old athletes that come to some of our more important meets that they know from being on the record board, having records that are supportive, and our swimmers want to achieve for themselves and their teammates, but also can look up in the stands and see those kids being supportive of what we're trying to do and try to achieve things for them also.
Do you think they practice harder when they know what they are doing wrong?
Yeah, I think that the constant feedback is really important for any athlete. It's a little bit more difficult sometimes when their face is in the water. You make sure you time out when you get that feedback, as opposed to some other sports. But absolutely, we try to give them feedback, both positive and negative.
Who's been your toughest rival or opponent, and why?
Well, the girls have had a rivalry a number of years ago. Pendleton was really competitive with us in conference. They've kind of looked on to some bigger schools at the state level that we're focused on right now. And for the boys, New Palestine's won the last 2 sectionals, and so that's who we've got in our sights right now.
I know we also have our GCAT program. What would you say it has done for our GC athletes from starting as kids to swimming today?
Getting involved and learning the sport, for a lot of our kids through GCAT meets is where they learn to love what they're doing and fall in love with swimming. And so it's really important as a program to be able to do that for us.
So Taylor Parsons is going to UND. Alyssa Osborne is going to Olivet, thank you. And Rachel Stutz is going to Indiana State. They are all swimming in college. What does it mean for the program to see these swimmers going swim in college level?
Yeah, and that's when we were talking about our seniors, that's the group of kids that have been with us for a really long time. They've done a lot for our program. We've got on the wall in the pool a board of all of our former GCAT swimmers that sign and swim in college. And so that's a constant reminder that next level is there. It's going to be really great to see that group of kids have successes at the next level and represent what GCAT and GC swimmers can be.
What is it like being able to coach your daughter, Caroline, at the high school level?
It's a lot of fun. Coaching takes a lot of time. You put a lot of hours in. Don't always get to see the family a lot this time of year. So being able to spend it on deck with Caroline is something that I'm going to cherish.
With the men's program, we've seen a steady rise in their performances ever since you started coaching. What can you say has been a main reason for that success?
Yeah, and I think that goes back to the foundation that Coach Logan set. Like I said earlier, we're kind of continuing training philosophies that she put in place, the mottos, the mantras, the verbiage that Coach Logan used is still around our program. And so I don't think that it's something necessarily that I've done differently, but it's steps that she put in place that we're just trying to continue.
Coaching both the men's and women's teams can be difficult. Who are your assistant coaches that have been able to help around this season?
We've got a really good group. Dwayne Connect is our head diving coach. I think that he's on year 20 or somewhere in that ballpark. He's fantastic with what he does with our divers. It's such a different discipline. It's nice to know that he's got control of that end of the pool, and he's really had a lot of success down there. On the swimming side, I've got 2 assistants, Megan Coffin and Sam Jennings, both of which are former GC swimmers, both of which former or current record holders. Sam focuses mostly with our distance freestyle kids, and Megan with our IMers, butterflies, and breaststrokers. And they're really indispensable in being able to have coaches that focus specifically on those groups.
Well, that's all the time we had today. Thank you, Coach Felver, for your time today. We'll see you next time.
All right, thank you.